As I said, we are moving to more important, more serious topics. Please listen carefully to the narration. It's important. Now, the French Revolution of 1789. The major contributions of French Revolution towards nationalism in Europe is what we are going to study now. In other words, you can say the result of French Revolution. The French Revolution means the results were as action of a State General which was called upon by the king to increase the tax. People wanted to vote, and then each estate had one vote each, even if clergy had a representative of 300, nobility another 300, and working class had 600 people. They had only one vote each, and third estate refused it. They walked out. And then they had the tennis court agreement, and as a result, all these measures came up. Later, king agreed. These are all the history. But what is more important for us are the results of French Revolution. Remember, this had been asked by so many board exam in question papers. So you have to concentrate on each point of it, and even every point you need to identify one keyword, so that you have to by heart the keyword, and then you need to develop the point further. So let us quickly go through the main contributions of French Revolution, or the result of French Revolution, or it can be asked as a major contribution of French Revolution towards nationalism in Europe, etc. It's the same thing. It's in these 9 points. So by heart the key points and learn how to expand it in your own words. The first point, or the first result of French Revolution, was the power transfer. The power transferred from monarch to the common people. As we explained now, till now, in autocratic society, autocratic rule, the power was concentrated with the monarch, all decision was his. But with French Revolution, it changed to people. The common people had a say. They could decide what rules to be imposed, how the country should be governed by their elected representatives. The elected representative have had their vote, so they could express their views, and they could form the way the country is ruled. So that was one of the major development, the first step towards democracy, from a monarchy, from an autocratic rule towards a democracy was emerged during French Revolution. That was a result of French Revolution. Second one, they had adopted a national flag. They had national oath, hymns, which actually increased the feeling of nationalism. They used the flags, the symbols of flags or oaths or hymns. They chant together, oaths they take together. They used all these means to increase the feeling of nationalism, to increase the feeling that I belong to this group. That was another major development happened as a result of French Revolution. Third one was a national language. If we belong to one particular group, we need to have one language. In France, what happened till then, every region had their own dialects. Even if it is French, the dialect was different. After French Revolution, as a result of French Revolution, they decided that French spoken in Paris, that's going to be our national language. We are a country, we are a nation, we have one language, and that is French spoken in Paris. So they adopted a national language, which again shows a unity. Fourth was they put forward some nationalist ideas, like la patrie. La patrie is like a fatherland, because it's another term for saying that we belong to one. We are from descendants of one. We are descendants of this nation. Nation is my father. Or le citoyen. Citoyen is a citizen. It's like we are the children of France. We are the children of this country. So such nationalist ideas they put forward to promote more nationalist feelings. Fifth point was National Assembly. They renamed it as Estate General, and then they decide that every estate, every representative of each estate has to vote. Before, if it was one for clergy, one for nobility, and one for working class, even if working class had 600 representatives and other two estates had only 300 each, they had only one vote each. So the nobility and the clergy could decide whatever they want, because if they are together, they have majority of the vote. But with the estate general, every representative had the vote. That means clergy had 300 representatives, so 300 vote. Nobility the same, but the working class, they had 600 representatives, so they had the majority. If working class means the third estate alone, if they decide to do something, they could. That was a major change, the major political change. This was a form of democracy. The first form of democracy happened in Europe. As I said, later it spread all around the world. Sixth point, abolishment of internal customs duties and dues. As I explained before, there were guilds, there were local administrative system, and they had imposed their own taxes, their own customs duties in each region. So when one person have to go for trade with some produce from one region to the other, every region he is passing through, he will have to pay customs duty. So it will decrease his margin. So the business was not doing good. What they did, they said, okay, the whole country, there is only one customs duty, and that's it. You don't have to pay every regional administrative system or every guild. You don't have to pay each guild when you are passing through with some produce. So it increased a nationalist feeling of trade. For traders, it was better, and they start to feel that we are one united group because we have a common rule. 7th point, again, uniform weights and measures. Before, each guild, each local authorities had, the local regions had their own weights and measures. It was abolished. There is only one weight, one system of weight, system of measure of unit for entire France. So such unification of duties, weights and measures actually gave a more, increased the feeling of nationalism among the people. 8th, a centralized administrative system. Yeah, I said there were guilds, there were local administrative system in throughout the France for each region. Now, as a result of French Revolution, they abolished it. They said there is only one centralized administrative system for entire France. There is one government, one form of government, and they decide for the entire country. There is no more regional guilds. There is no more regional administrative system. It was abolished. That was end of it, and it ended as a result of French Revolution. And 9th, this idea of nationalism, what they created during French Revolution, they started to spread it. The business class, the middle class, which was growing, who were overseas tradesmen and so on, which were literate, they were influenced by some philosophers, philosophical ideas of this nationalism and so on. They started to make Jacobin clubs, which were spreading nationalist idea to others. In the beginning, inside France itself, then they established Jacobin clubs in different countries like Holland, Belgium, Italy, etc. And they started to spread this idea. Later stages, even French army was assisting others, spreading this nationalism and assisting others to be liberal. So really, French Revolution brought in the idea of liberty, of fraternity, and equality. These are the 9 major results of French Revolution, or the contribution of French Revolution towards nationalism in Europe. Please remember, this is one of the most important questions in this chapter. You have to note down the key points, key words of each point, and then you should be able to express it in your own words, expand that point in your own words. That's how you are going to write the board exam. Please do not try to write down a paragraph for each point and by heart it. No, that's not the way to do it. By heart the key point and then explain it in your own words. When you are answering a long question, please underline the key points, the triggering words. Just underline them so the person who is looking or evaluating your paper will identify that key point, and it will be easy for them to know, evaluate your paper, and for you to learn as well. Learn by heart the key points, then learn to explain it in your own words. So as a homework, I want all of you to explain these 9 points in your own words. The question is simple. What is the contribution? What are the major contributions of French Revolution towards nationalism in Europe? There are 9 points. That explain it in your own words. Make it a page and a half. Please send it to me by WhatsApp. Also, I'll highly recommend that you go through the chapter, the textbook, chapters in the textbook which we have covered until now, and read it thorough, because there will be so many one-word questions in that one. Plus, it will help you more to explain these 9 points. So, I hope you understood whatever I explained today. If there is anything you want me to explain further, please let me know, and we will meet in next class. Thank you very much.